The last words my father said to me before he passed away was that he wanted me to continue to inspire brown women and to keep doing what I was doing with Beautifully Brown. Melanie Yvette. Who is Melanie Yvette? I am a woman who has always been just empowered by women, by girls. But I think that as I got older, there was a soft spot that I started to develop for brown girls. And it's weird because I noticed it happening naturally for me. It was never forced. I just had a natural thing for brown girls. I remember growing up, loving beauty since I was like 5 years old. But it didn't mean much to me. It was just, this is what I like to do. And as I got older, I started to understand I was good at it, and I was really just kind of entranced by beauty and how it could transform, girls. And once I hit high school, I remember I went to all-girl Catholic high school. I remember literally being obsessed with like Dana Hunt's beautiful curls and Crystal Maitland's thick, lush eyebrows and Julia Rosanova's long lashes. I mean, really the things that made them beautiful were their, I don't want to say imperfections, but their individual, unique aspects of themselves. So it was interesting that I started to really understand and like grow a very fond bond with brown women and their beauty. My inspiration for beauty and brown women, I mean, it's natural. It's not forced. It's who I've been since I was a little girl. I've always just been obsessed with beauty. It's funny because my mom is a nurse, so when I was growing up, she would work the weekends and I would be with my dad, and he always took midday naps on Saturdays. It was weird. And so I would sneak into the closet and get the curlers, and I would line all my dolls up. And my mother never let me do this, and he would be asleep, so he didn't know, and he probably didn't care anyway. But I would line all my dolls up, and I would practice doing their hair, and I would just, line them up. And then I would go sneak and get the cameras. Remember the disposable cameras they used to have back then, and I would take pictures? And I would get caught because they would develop the film and be like, what is this? So it's interesting because beauty was always, just naturally a part of who I was. And, it just grew from there. My biggest inspiration right now is actually my baby cousin Troy, and she's 3, so it's kind of funny and it's kind of cute. But what I've learned about being a girl, being a woman, is that as we get older, we almost fall into this box of what society expects us to be, how much confidence we're expected to have, how we're expected to feel about ourselves. And Troy, at this point in my life, is the biggest inspiration because as a 3-year-old, I don't think she's very conscious of the fact that she's confident. It's just natural to her. And I remember, ironically, being out with her and the family, and we were eating breakfast, and I was like, Troy, can I have some of your pancakes? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay. And my mother reaches over and gets some of her pancakes without asking. She said, don't touch my food. And it was just sassy, but it was also inspiring because as a girl, we're really taught to not have an opinion. And Troy is a 3-year-old, bold, confident, inspiring little thing running around, just very grounded in who she is. And I feel like I wish I was always like that growing up, and I hope she never loses that part of her. I really do. Well, I think I didn't know the language, but Beautifully Brown was always who I was. I was always beautifully brown. I think that I've known since I was little, I've always wanted to do something with beauty and brown women and empowerment, and I had no idea how I was going to make money off of that. I just knew that was what I was supposed to do. I knew that. So I feel like it's always been who I am, and it's always been what I was supposed to do. but I also think that I just realized the language and what to call it. So yes, I mean, essentially it's always been a dream of mine. I just didn't know the name. I hope to be one of the most influential brown women, you know, helping other brown women feel beautiful and feel good about themselves. I just, you know, I think I take it day by day, but goal-wise, my ultimate dream is to be a part of the changing conversation around beauty and brown women, and really be that person that's like, you can wear bright pink lipstick if you're my complexion or darker. And I mean, those things really affect women. We don't really think about how beauty and makeup is a part of our womanhood, and empowerment is a part of that too. So I'm hoping to be one of the leaders, because I'm not the first and I'm sure I won't be the last, but I'm hoping to be one of the leaders and influencers who has helped another brown girl look in the mirror and say, I'm beautifully brown, I'm beautiful, no matter what anyone else says.